Welcome back once again. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdulati, also had with his counterpart, the Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff. They discussed the latest developments and they exchanged visions over ways to end the current war between the U.S. and Iran and reach a peaceful settlement. And for more details, we're joined by Dr. Nabil Negm, the Professor of International Relations. Good afternoon, Dr. Negm.
Thanks for having me, my dear. Thank you.
It's a real pleasure to have you in Cairo local time. Dr. Negm, Minister Abdulati stressed the significance of intensifying the efforts to support the ceasefire negotiations in order to de-escalate the tension and narrow the gaps and reach a consensus over conflicting visions as well as realizing comprehensive peace.
Yes, I would like to emphasize that the conversation between the Egyptian foreign minister and the U.S. Special Envoy for the Middle East, Mr. Witkoff, has reviewed the latest developments regarding the U.S.-Iranian negotiations. That negotiation, which is going on in Islamabad, first directed by phone, and now last Monday, yesterday, Iran has proposed or presented a modified proposal. So the conversation between Mr. Abdulati and Mr. Witkoff was to review the latest developments, not only in the negotiation, but in the region as well.
Right. What are the key goals from your own point of view, the current negotiation track between the U.S. and Iran should take place?
I believe very much that there is something terribly missing, which is, number one, the political will from both sides and the trust. If you are conducting a negotiation between two parties and there is a lack of those two major fundamental factors, trust and political will, I think the negotiation would be going over and over again. So, Egyptian stance as a major player in the Middle East is enjoying the trust of Tehran and Washington. And that's why within maybe 7 days there was 2 phone calls between Mr. Witkoff and the Egyptian foreign minister. So I think the Egyptian administration is pushing toward providing that sort of political way out over political will from Washington and Tehran and trust from both sides.
Right. Mr. Witkoff hailed the role played by Egypt in this phone call, and he said that Egypt is playing an intense role in supporting negotiations, and he said that Washington was looking even forward to continue coordination and consultations in the coming stage. So what exact role that Egypt play in supporting the region in escalating the tension between both parts, and what exact efforts are supported to be taken by Egypt?
To be honest with you, they are just, both of them, wasting time. And that time wasted is very costly, not only for Iran and USA, but for the region, the Middle East, and for the world, the universal economy status. The gas liter now in USA, $4.39. Just 60 days ago, it was $2. Anyway, I believe very much, and I said it in your respectful channel, DC and Tehran should come back to the wisdom, and they should ask Egypt officially to finish this issue. And the Egyptian President, Mr. Sisi, tried before the eruption of the war. He has spent great effort, and they do know it, and they do appreciate it. So Egypt could finish this chaos in 7 days. But Washington should come clearly to Cairo and say, hey, we are providing you with the necessary political means to end this chaos. So briefly, we can do it in conditions that Washington has got the political will and Tehran obviously has got its political will.
Right. Of course, Egypt has a great role to play, as usual, because we have succeeded in effecting a peace truce in Sharm el-Sheikh summit, in one of the hardest issues, which is in the Middle East crisis and the Gaza crisis. And we are able also to effect another peace truce concerning that particular confrontation between the U.S. and Iran. But then the question that remains at large is it de-escalation, is it reducing the tension, or is it helping both parts to reach a true agreement that both parts should abide by and respect?
I can answer you very clearly. Number one is to build trust. Trust to be built through a mediator like Cairo, Egypt, President Sisi. They come to Cairo and they ask Cairo clearly that we want to get out of that mess because it's a mess. And no one is winning that situation. So, number one, building the trust. Number two, concessions from Sisi and from Tehran. Both sides has got to provide reasonable concessions. Then an agreement could be signed by both of them. It's a very simple, but it's a very complicated at the same time. Simple if there is a trust and there is a political will and concession. Three factors. Difficult if each party wants to come up and say, I am the winner and he's the loser.
So, in your own assessment, do you think that the mistrust was there from the very first moment, even when the negotiations were taking place back before the U.S. strikes against Iran, or is it because there are new targets in the agenda, in the U.S. agenda, or exactly what is happening? I mean, is it something that was rooted before the confrontation?
I am sorry to tell you that this war is Mr. Netanyahu's war. It's not an American war. I'm sorry. Because the Strait of Hormuz was open. The price of the Brent barrel was $68. Now, it jumped to 111, and it is going to go higher and higher. The only winner of this war, and I keep repeating it, is that wanted Prime Minister by the International Criminal Court. It is not an American war. America is losing. By the way, the last public opinion poll in USA came up with this shocking result. 61% of the Americans don't support this war. 61%. And only 34% who are supporting it. So I'm telling you, the message is very clear. Mr. President of the United States of America should pick up the phone and say, Mr. President Sisi, I trust you, the Iranians trust you, please get us out of this. We can do it in 7 days.
Exactly. But then some people said that the reason there is an expansion in time and there is an escalation in tension and there is more violence and more strikes that are exchanged, and there is a lot of retaliation, and there is a shift to the Strait of Hormuz and all that. It all happened because of a miscalculation on the American side. In spite of that was probably an Israeli decision, but then again it was a miscalculation on the American side. Have this war been calculated in a much better way? Things would have gone a little bit more easier.
I wouldn't agree less with you. Yes, it is huge miscalculation. It is a tragic mistake, and DC should get out of it as soon as possible, because every day builds up difficulties, challenges, and loss. So,
right.
If you make a mistake, it's no shame to come back and just say, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. Let's get out of it. But if you are stubborn, you keep hurting yourself. Thank you.
Exactly. But then the main target was to probably limit the nuclear activities of Iran. That was the main focus of the negotiations. But then there are talks now about sharing probably the running the issue, the whole issue of the Hormuz Strait, and controlling who's supposed to pass and who's not supposed to pass. And running the Hormuz Strait is, now the U.S. is trying to take control, full control of the strait and make as much profits as possible. It's a total shift. So do you think that this is going to be included also in the negotiations and the conditions?
Why don't we come back to the international law? Every country has got the right to process and develop uranium for civil purpose. So I'm sorry, Iran has not created or produced a nuclear bomb. What about Israel? Why we are double standard? Why the double standard is the rule in this stupid situation? Iran has got the full right to have its nuclear program for a civil purpose, like anybody, like every country. Number two, the Strait of Hormuz. It was open, it was safe, it was peaceful. Now, after bombing and blocking the Iranian ports, okay, it's a reaction from Iran. I am going to tell you, both sides are in a wrong side, and negotiation will not bring out a solution unless we have three major factors. Number one, trust. Number two, political will. Number three, concessions.
Right. On this note, I would like to thank you so much, Dr. Nabil Negm, Professor of International Relations, and you have a good evening. We're going to go to a short break and we'll come back to you.